What's going on, guys? I don't know, today I'm just kind of putting some miles on. I gotta run to the lab and drop some stuff off, so figured I'd kind of make a little vlog thing as I'm driving to work. Got about 600 miles, or I don't know, 500 miles, let's say, on the clutch. So yeah, that's that. So for today, I figured I would talk a little bit about like what to do, what first mods and stuff you should do. But I get asked a lot about like, hey, I just picked up this WRX, or hey, I just picked up this 5th Gen GT. What should I do? I think it's one of those things that you know, if you have kind of like a plan or what you want to do with the car, or you just kind of have an idea of where you want to go with it, it makes it a little bit easier. That's kind of how I went about doing it. When I was first looking for cars and I came across the 5th Gen GT, I kind of had I guess a vision or something, kind of lame, but I had a vision or something for it, and I'm still kind of following it. And I think it's important to just personally just space everything out. A lot of people just kind of go balls to the wall right away. You know, they end up getting like bored with it or something, or you know, it's expensive to mod Subarus, any car in general, but Subis are definitely not cheap to modify, and you always have to keep in mind when you're changing stuff on a Subaru. I can't really freaking see out the left side. You always have to keep in mind when you're modifying them that it's most likely going to need a tune. I've had guys tell me that, hey, I just bought this full turbo back exhaust and a fuel pump, and I put it in, and what the fuck is this person doing, dude? The worst place to pull over. Dude, the car's not running right, or you know, like, what should they do next? And if you're putting a full turbo back and a fuel pump on and you're not getting a tune after, there's your first problem. But you know, getting away from that, let's just say you just pick up your 5th Gen GT or something like that, and you're wondering what to do first. The first thing I do, and I kind of recommend, even though I think it's kind of standard, is just get used to the car, how it is from a stock baseline. I think too many guys right away, they just automatically dump parts in, and that's fine if that works for them. But especially for me, this was my first car that I bought. This was my first manual and turbo car, so I had a lot of things to learn, and I think it was the better decision by me to kind of just take it slow for the first like 6 months-ish. I didn't really dump too much money into you know, just getting performance parts and stuff right off the bat. This road's kind of suck. I'm trying to avoid some icy spots. So I kind of took my time with it. I kind of learned how the car reacted, you know, with stock wheels, stock tires, in situations that, you know, I wanted to be in later on. And that's mainly twisty driving, going fast in a straight line and all that. It's fun doing highway and straight line pulls and stuff, but I really like going to town in the twisties and throwing the car around. So one of the things when I was, you know, trying to feel the car out when it was stock, is, you know, how it handled in the corners. And, you know, from all the body roll that you get with stock suspension, on windy days because you'd be constantly battling to keep it in the lane. So I did some research on the Legacy forums, and we have a great community on there for the 5th gen. I don't know how it is for 4th gens or not, but anyone asking me stuff on 5th gen, I get all my information probably from the forums. Great guys on there. So I did my research on that, and one of the first things that I picked up was actually a rear sway bar. So stock they came with a 22 rear sway, and I wanted something beefier, and I ended up going with a adjustable Ibach 22mm sway bar. First I had it at its lowest setting. That was a huge improvement. You can feel it right away. The car wasn't getting blown around all over the place anymore. And then, as I progressed on a little bit, I found out, how the car handled and reacted differently because of the stiffer rear sway bar. And that was a quick light. And so from there, I was able to kind of change my driving style or change the way I attack corners or something like that. And everything just was to benefit my driving experience. And after that, I think my other big thing, this is apart from the bro flaps and the tints, and aside from that stuff, the next kind of thing, stopping was good, handling improved a tiny bit with the rear sway bar, definitely over stock. So my next thing was like, okay, I think I'm ready for some more power. I'm pretty much used to how the car handles in stock trim, so I looked, and I'm a big fan of picking stuff up used if you can. Save money where you can. Some guys are sticklers for getting brand new parts and stuff. If you get like an Acessport, if you make sure it's unmarried, you're getting the same thing as you would get brand new at a cheaper, lower price. Why wouldn't you do that? Just my kind of feelings behind it. I know not everyone's, hey, but you could run into these problems, and that's definitely valid. You definitely could, but I think it's just kind of making sure you do your research about the product first, kind of get to know the seller a little bit, and just double check everything, and then go for it. So I picked up that, and also I was browsing used parts. I came across these Axlebacks, the 08 through 14 WRX Megan Racing Axlebacks, the first ones I ran. They bolt straight up, so I'm like, hey, you know what, I'll get these. I'll run the off-the-shelf tune for now from Cobb. Huge improvement over stock, and that's pretty much, that was my thought process for stage one. Before I actually went and got it ProTuned, I looked into other things that maybe, I should look into replacing, and I actually got lucky and found some good parts that were used on the Legacy forums, picked them up for a pretty good deal. Because after I was reading, I noticed that the stock bypass valve, it's plastic junk and it's known to leak. And another thing is the your throttle body coupler. At least for the 5th gen GTs, the stock throttle body coupler leaked. Mine actually leaked on the off-the-shelf Cobb tune. Of course, you're going from like 12 pounds of boost to 17. That was my peak. So my throttle body coupler kind of like blew away essentially, and I had a huge boost leak. So I went and got the Perrin Throttlebody Body Coupler, and with that and I added an electronic boost controller, Grimspeed, and the Turbosmart, I think it's a 2-port or 3-port bypass valve, on full recirc, and then I ended up getting a ProTune for it. One of the biggest things I can recommend is finding a good tuner and getting a ProTune. Cobb maps are great compared to stock. They'll make the stock tune and everything feel like garbage because they usually kind of are garbage. So I got a ProTune. Then after that, I kind of was just like, hey, let me get used to the car again. So with all these changes, I always make sure that I put it through its paces, and I get really comfortable with what the modification stuff that I put on the car, because I do drive it. I don't like to do anything just to do it, in a sense. I like to do it because there's a benefit for it. So thoughts for getting the car stage one, I guess. So I don't know, maybe I'll make a little kind of video series of my ideas, and it'll kind of it'll cover what I've modified to the car too. So I hope that was kind of helpful for whoever was watching a video of, and trying to think, you know, what is the best thing to do with your car. Simple answer is it's pretty subjective. It's up to you. Look into good parts. Use other people who've done the same thing. I mean, most people aren't breaking new grounds here with modifying Subarus. Just look for more knowledge and do your research before you pick up parts, and, you know, make sure everything's compatible. Make sure if you upgrade, you know, if you just throw a giant freaking turbo on your car and you're in stock fuel system, yeah, you might have a problem. So it's kind of looking at all the different components that are going to help you and your car function the best that it can, and you know, just have you keep enjoying it. So that's it for today's vlog, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked it, thumbs up, sub if you want. Hit us up with any questions you have. I'm more than happy to talk about you know, modifications, stuff like that. I do it at least a few times a week with people on Instagram. So yeah, feel free to always hit me up, and have a great day, guys.